Welcome back to the channel. Like and sub if you enjoyed the video, thank you. Chapter 34, Unveiling the Spy. Back at Green Tech headquarters, the air was charged with both excitement and tension. The success at the Munich Expo had bolstered the team's confidence, but the sabotage incident had left a lingering sense of unease. Chen knew they couldn't let their guard down. He had tasked the IT department with investigating the source of the breach and tightening their security measures. A week later, Tom called a meeting with his core team, Sarah, Mark, David, and Lisa, as they gathered in the conference room. The atmosphere was serious. "Thanks for coming," Tom began, looking around at his team. "I've received some updates from our IT department about the sabotage at the expo. It seems we may have a bigger problem than we initially thought." Sarah raised an eyebrow. "What do you mean?" Tom took a deep breath. "Our IT team found evidence suggesting that the malware wasn't introduced externally. It looks like it was planted from within." A shocked silence filled the room. Mark was the first to speak. "Are you saying we have a spy in our midst?" Tom nodded. "It appears so. Someone with access to our systems and knowledge of our operations." David's face darkened. "This is serious. We need to find out who it is and why they're doing this." Lisa spoke up. "Do we have any leads? Any idea who it could be?" Tom shook his head. "Not yet, but we've implemented stricter security protocols and monitoring to catch any suspicious activity. In the meantime, I need all of you to be extra vigilant and report anything unusual." The team agreed, a sense of determination replacing their initial shock. They knew that finding the spy was crucial to protecting Green Tech's future. Over the next few weeks, the atmosphere at Green Tech was tense. The IT department worked tirelessly to track down the source of the breach, while the rest of the team continued their regular duties, always on the lookout for anything suspicious. One afternoon, Tom received an urgent call from the IT department. "Tom, we've identified some unusual activity in the system," said Alex, the head of IT. "It's coming from someone in the R&D department." Tom's heart raced. "Who is it?" "We're still pinpointing the exact source, but it's someone with high-level access. We should have more information soon." Tom thanked Alex and immediately called a meeting with his core team. As they gathered, he shared the news. "We've traced the suspicious activity to someone in R&D," Tom said. "We're getting closer to identifying the spy. I need all of you to stay alert and report anything that seems out of place." David frowned. "R&D? That's a small team. It shouldn't be too hard to narrow it down." Sarah nodded. "We should keep an eye on everyone in R&D. See if anyone's behavior stands out." Days passed with no major breakthroughs. But then one evening, Alex called Tom again. "We've got a name," he said. "It's Kevin Simmons." Tom's stomach dropped. Kevin had been with Green Tech for years, known for his technical expertise and dedication. The idea that he could be a spy was hard to believe. "Are you sure?" Tom asked, his voice tense. "Unfortunately, yes," Alex replied. "We found evidence that he accessed sensitive files and planted the malware at the expo." Tom felt a mix of anger and betrayal. "All right, let's handle this carefully. We need to confront him, but also ensure we have enough evidence to take legal action if necessary." Tom called another meeting with his core team. As they sat down, he shared the news. "It's Kevin Simmons. We have evidence that he's the one behind the sabotage." The team was stunned. Mark spoke first. "Kevin? That's unbelievable. He's always been so dedicated." Tom nodded. "I know, but the evidence is clear. We need to confront him and get to the bottom of this." The next day, Tom called Kevin into his office. Kevin walked in, looking slightly nervous but unaware of the storm brewing. "Kevin, we need to talk," Tom said, gesturing for him to sit down. "We've discovered some troubling information." Kevin's face paled. "What do you mean?" Tom took a deep breath. "We have evidence that you access sensitive files and planted malware in our system." "Why, Kevin? Why would you do this?" Kevin's expression shifted from shock to resignation. "I didn't have a choice, Tom," he said quietly. "Novernew approached me months ago. They offered me a lot of money to sabotage Green Tech. I needed the money for my family. Tom felt a pang of sympathy, but remained resolute. Kevin, you put our entire company at risk. This isn't just about money. It's about trust and integrity. Kevin nodded, tears in his eyes. I know. I'm so sorry. I didn't realize how far it would go. I just thought I could get the money and they'd leave me alone. Tom sighed. You've left us with no choice but to take legal action. We have to protect green tech. Kevin bowed his head. I understand. I'll cooperate fully. As Kevin was escorted out of the building, Tom gathered his team. We've identified the spy and taken action. Kevin confessed to working with Nova Renew. We're moving forward with legal proceedings. Sarah shook her head. This is a mess. But at least we know who is behind it. David added, we need to ensure this never happens again. Strengthen our security and keep a close eye on our operations. Tom agreed. We've been through a lot, but we've come out stronger. Let's focus on moving forward and continuing to innovate. The team nodded, a sense of resolve in the air. They had faced a significant threat and overcome it. Now, they were ready to push green tech to new heights, knowing that their resilience and determination would see them through any challenge. Chapter 35. Surviving the Media Storm. News of Kevin Simmons' betrayal and the ensuing sabotage scandal spread quickly. The media latched onto the story, eager to report on the corporate espionage drama. Headlines blared with sensational titles, and green tech innovations found itself in the eye of a media storm. Chen knew that the company's reputation was at stake, and it was crucial to manage the situation carefully. The morning after the news broke, Tom called an emergency meeting with his PR team, core executives, and legal counsel. The conference room buzzed with tension as everyone took their seats. Thank you for coming on such short notice, Tom began. As you all know, the news about Kevin's actions and our issues with Nova Renew has gone public. We need to address this head-on and control the narrative. Sarah, who had experience in crisis management, spoke up. We need to release a statement as soon as possible. It should acknowledge what happened, outline the steps we're taking to prevent future incidents, and reaffirm our commitment to our customers and partners. Mark nodded. Transparency is key. If we try to hide anything, it will only make us look worse. Tom agreed. We also need to prepare for a press conference. We should answer questions directly and show that we're taking decisive action. Lisa, the head of PR, added, we should highlight our accomplishments and remind everyone of the positive impact we've had on the renewable energy sector. The scandal shouldn't overshadow our successes. The team spent the next few hours drafting a comprehensive statement and preparing for the press conference. Tom knew that a performance at the conference would be critical in shaping public perception. He needed to convey sincerity, responsibility, and confidence in green tech's future. Later that day, the press conference room was filled with reporters and cameras. Tom stood at the podium, feeling the weight of their scrutiny. He took a deep breath and began. Good afternoon. Thank you all for being here. I want to start by addressing the recent news about the sabotage incident involving one of our employees, Kevin Simmons. We are deeply saddened and disappointed by his actions, which have put our company and our mission at risk. At Green Tech Innovations, we have always prided ourselves on our integrity and our commitment to advancing renewable energy solutions. This incident is a betrayal of those values, and we are taking it very seriously. We have already taken steps to strengthen our security measures and prevent any future breaches. We have cooperated fully with law enforcement and will continue to do so as the investigation progresses. Kevin Simmons has admitted to his actions and is facing the legal consequences. I want to assure our customers, partners, and stakeholders at Green Tech remains committed to our mission. Our recent successes, including our groundbreaking presentation at the Munich Expo, demonstrate our dedication to innovation and sustainability. We will not let the setback define us. We will continue to push forward, improving our technologies and expanding our reach. Thank you for your continued support and trust in Green Tech Innovations. Tom took a moment to gauge the room's reaction before opening the floor to questions. The first reporter from a major business publication asked, Mr. Chen, do you believe Nova Renew was directly involved in the sabotage? We have evidence suggesting that Nova Renew was indeed involved in influencing Kevin Simmons, Tom replied. We are pursuing all legal avenues to address this. However, our primary focus is on ensuring such incidents do not happen again and maintaining our standards of excellence. Another reporter asked, what steps are you taking to reassure your clients and partners in light of this breach? Tom answered confidently, we have already implemented stricter security protocols and increased monitoring of our systems. We are in constant communication with our clients and partners to reassure them of our commitment to security and innovation. Our track record speaks for itself, and we are dedicated to rebuilding any trust that may have been shaken. The questions continued for nearly an hour, with Tom and his team handling each one with poise and clarity. By the end of the conference, there was a sense that Green Tech was taking responsible steps to address the crisis. In the days following the press conference, Green Tech's proactive approach began to pay off. While the scandal was still a hot topic, the narrative started to shift. Articles began to highlight Green Tech's swift response, their impressive achievements, and their resilience in the face of adversity. Tom and his team worked tirelessly to maintain this momentum. They doubled down on their outreach efforts, meeting with key clients and partners to reassure them personally. They also launched a series of initiatives to engage with the public, including webinars, open house events at their facilities, and social media campaigns showcasing their latest innovations. One evening, after a particularly grueling day, Tom gathered his core team for a moment of reflection. They sat in the office lounge, the weight of the past week's events heavy on their shoulders. We've been through a lot, Tom said, looking around at Sarah, Mark, David, and Lisa, but we've handled it with strength and integrity. I'm proud of how we come together as a team. Sarah smiled. We've proven that we can weather any storm, and we've come out stronger because of it. Mark nodded. We've turned a crisis into an opportunity to show our true colors. David added, and we've learned valuable lessons that will make us even more resilient in the future. Lisa raised her glass. To Green Tech Innovations, may we continue to lead the way in renewable energy and inspire trust and confidence in everything we do. They clinked glasses, feeling a renewed sense of unity and purpose. The road ahead would undoubtedly have more challenges, but they knew they were ready to face them together. Green Tech Innovations had weathered the storm, and they were more determined than ever to drive their vision forward, making a lasting impact on the world. Chapter 36. Tom's Private Investigation. With the media frenzy subsiding and Green Tech's reputation on the mend, Tom Chen found himself unable to shake the feeling that there was more to the story of Kevin Simmons and Nova Renew. The pieces of the puzzle didn't quite fit together, and he needed to understand how Kevin had been coerced into betraying the company. Tom decided to take matters into his own hands. He knew that a deeper investigation was necessary, one that might uncover elements the authorities had missed. He called Sarah, Mark, David, and Lisa into his office to discuss his plan. I've been thinking about Kevin's confession, Tom began. It's clear he was manipulated by Nova Renew, but I feel like there's more to uncover. I want to launch a private investigation to get to the bottom of this. Sarah nodded, understanding Tom's instinct. I agree. There are too many unanswered questions. We need to know exactly how Nova Renew managed to get to Kevin. Mark leaned forward. Do you have a plan? Tom outlined his idea. We need to start with Kevin's financials and communications. There might be clues in his emails, messages, and bank records. David, can you discreetly dig into his digital footprint? David nodded. Absolutely. I'll start right away. Tom continued. Lisa, I need you to reach out to your contacts in the industry. See if anyone has heard anything about Nova Renew's tactics or there have been similar incidents with other companies. Lisa agreed. I'll start making calls. Discreetly, of course. Mark, Tom said, I want you to focus on our security protocols. Make sure there aren't any more vulnerabilities. And keep an eye on our employees for any signs of unusual behavior. Will do, Mark replied. We can't afford any more breaches. Tom turned to Sarah. And I need you to help me coordinate all this. We have to be thorough and cautious. Sarah smiled. You got it, Tom. Let's get to work. Over the next few days, the team worked tirelessly on their respective tasks. David pored over Kevin's digital footprint, carefully analyzing emails, texts, and financial transactions. Lisa made discreet inquiries in the industry, using her network to gather any rumors or hints about Nova News' underhanded methods. Mark reinforced security protocols and monitored employee activities closely. One evening, David called Tom into his office. "I found something," he said, pointing to the screen. Kevin received a series of cryptic messages from an unknown number just before the sabotage. The messages mentioned a meeting at a warehouse on the outskirts of town. Tom studied the messages, his suspicion growing. "We need to check out that warehouse. There might be evidence or clues there." David agreed. "I'll come with you. We need to be careful. Though, if Nova Renew is involved, they won't appreciate us snooping around." That night, Tom and David drove to the warehouse. It was an old, abandoned building, and the area was eerily quiet. They parked a safe distance away and approached cautiously. Inside, the warehouse was dark and dusty, with remnants of old machinery and crates scattered around. David used a flashlight to illuminate their path as they explored. After several minutes of searching, they found a small office area with a desk and some filing cabinets. "Look at this," David said, pointing to a hidden compartment in the desk. Inside, they found a folder filled with documents, including detailed plans of Green Tech's upcoming projects and confidential information. Tom's eyes widened. "This is it. This is the proof we need." Nova Renew was planning this all along. David took photos of the documents for evidence. "We need to get these to the authorities. This is solid proof of their illegal activities." As they were about to leave, they heard footsteps approaching. Tom and David quickly hid behind some crates, peeking out to see who was coming. A group of men entered the warehouse, one of them carrying a flashlight. "This place is compromised," one of the men said. "We need to move everything out tonight." Tom's heart raced as he recognized the voice. It was John Harris, a high-ranking executive at Nova Renew. He listened carefully as Harris gave orders to his men. "Make sure nothing is left behind," Harris said. "We can't afford any loose ends." Tom and David waited until the men left before making their escape. Once safely back at Green Tech, they shared their findings with the team. "We have solid evidence now," Tom said. "This will expose Nova Renew's illegal activities and clear our name completely." Sarah nodded. "We need to turn this over to the authorities right away. This is the break we've been looking for." The next day, Tom and his team presented their findings to law enforcement, who were stunned by the depth of Nova Renew's scheme. An investigation was launched immediately, leading to several arrests and the unraveling of Nova Renew's illicit operations. With the truth finally coming to light, Green Tech's reputation was not only restored but strengthened. The company was lauded for its resilience and integrity, and their commitment to innovation shone even brighter. As the dust settled, Tom gathered his team once more. "We've been through a lot," he said, "but we've proven that Green Tech is not just about technology and innovation. It's about our values, our integrity, and our determination to do what's right." The team raised their glasses in a toast, feeling a renewed sense of purpose and unity. They had faced adversity and emerged stronger, ready to lead Green Tech innovations into a future filled with promise and potential. Chapter 37. Expansion and New Horizons. With Nova Renew scandal behind them and their reputation stronger than ever, Green Tech Innovations found itself at a pivotal moment. The company had not only survived a significant threat, but had also proven its resilience and integrity. Now, it was time to leverage this momentum for expansion and to explore new horizons. Chen stood at the head of the conference room, looking at his core team with a sense of pride and determination. "We've come a long way, and we've faced challenges head-on. Now, it's time to think about the future. I want us to explore new markets and technologies that can propel Green Tech even further." Sarah, always a strategist, leaned forward. "We should consider expanding our operations internationally. Our success at the Munich Expo showed there's a strong demand for our technology in Europe." Mark nodded. "I agree. We've also had interest from Asia and South America. There's a lot of potential for growth in those regions, especially with the increasing focus on renewable energy solutions." David chimed in. "We should also look into partnerships with local companies in those regions. It would help us navigate regulatory environments and accelerate our market entry. Lisa added, from a PR perspective, expanding globally can enhance our brand image and open up new opportunities for innovation. We need to position ourselves as a global leader in renewable energy. Tom smiled, feeling the energy and enthusiasm in the room. Let's start with a comprehensive market analysis. Identify the regions with the highest potential and the best fit for our technology. We'll also need to strengthen our R&D to ensure we stay ahead of the curve. Over the next few weeks, the team worked tirelessly on the market analysis. They gathered data, analyzed trends, and assessed the competitive landscape. The results were promising, with several regions standing out as prime candidates for expansion. One morning, Tom called another meeting to review their findings. The team gathered in the conference room, eager to discuss their next steps. Sarah began the presentation. Based on our analysis, Europe, particularly Germany and France, offer significant opportunities. The governments there are heavily investing in renewable energy, and there's a strong demand for innovative solutions. Mark continued, in Asia, China and India are the most promising. Both countries are dealing with severe pollution issues and have set ambitious renewable energy targets. Our technology can make a substantial impact there. David added, South America, especially Brazil and Chile, also shows potential. They have abundant natural resources and are looking to diversify their energy sources. Tom listened carefully, nodding as each region was discussed. These are excellent insights. Let's prioritize Europe and Asia for our initial expansion. We'll need to establish local offices and forge partnerships with key players in those markets. Lisa spoke up. We should also launch targeted PR campaigns in these regions. Highlight our successes and showcase how our technology can benefit local communities and industries. Tom agreed. Absolutely. We need to build a strong presence and reputation in these markets. Let's move forward with our plans and start making the necessary arrangements. Green Tech's expansion plans quickly took shape. The company established offices in Berlin and Shanghai, hiring local talent and forming strategic alliances with prominent firms in the renewable energy sector. They also launched PR campaigns highlighting their innovative solutions and commitment to sustainability. As the months passed, Green Tech's presence in Europe and Asia grew steadily. The Berlin office secured contracts with major corporations and government agencies, while the Shanghai office partnered with local manufacturers to develop customized solutions for the Chinese market. Back at Green Tech headquarters, the team continued to innovate. They developed new technologies and improved existing products, ensuring they remained at the forefront of the renewable energy industry. One afternoon, Tom received a call from Sarah. Tom, we've just received an invitation to present at the International Renewable Energy Conference in Tokyo. It's one of the most prestigious events in our field. Tom's eyes lit up. That's fantastic news, Sarah. This is a great opportunity to showcase our latest innovations and solidify our presence in Asia. The team quickly began preparations for the conference. They selected their most promising projects and developed a compelling presentation highlighting their technological advancements and the positive impact of their solutions on communities around the world. The conference in Tokyo was a resounding success. Green Tech's presentation drew a large audience and received widespread acclaim. The event also led to several new partnerships and business opportunities, further cementing Green Tech's reputation as a global leader in renewable energy. As Tom reflected on their achievements, he felt a deep sense of fulfillment. Green Tech Innovations had not only overcome significant challenges, but had also expanded its horizons and made a meaningful impact on the world. One evening, Tom gathered his core team for a celebratory dinner. They sat at a rooftop restaurant overlooking the city, the skyline illuminated by the setting sun. We've accomplished so much, Tom said, raising his glass. But this is just the beginning. We have the potential to change the world, to make it a cleaner, greener place for future generations. Thank you all for your hard work and dedication. Here's to the future of Green Tech Innovations. The team clinked their glasses, feeling a sense of pride and excitement for the journey ahead. They knew that with their combined talents and unwavering commitment, they could achieve anything they set their minds to. As they celebrated, The future of green tech innovations looked brighter than ever. The company was poised for continued success, driven by a shared vision of innovation, sustainability, and making a positive difference in the world.